Let's start off with getting to know you first. Where are you from?
I'm from Vancouver, Canada. I was actually born in Victoria, but born and raised in Victoria, Vancouver. Both of them combined.
Right near the water, right?
Yeah, right on the edge, West Coast. Yeah.
And how do you think that growing up in Canada in particular has influenced your sound?
I don't know how it specifically, changes my sound at all, but just knowing how I grew up and around the people, and I think the weather might even be part of it, because it's really gloomy there. So maybe that, sad songs maybe came from that. But I think I just, everything happens for a reason. So I was made there, and things are made from that.
What first got you inspired to even pursue music?
I was just a young kid with my cousins. We all lived in the same house, so it was a chaotic household, and we would form bands and sing karaoke all the time. And I think I really found my passion through that, and I just continued to follow that. And I was very lucky to have a supportive family and friends, and they all pushed me. And I was just very lucky for my opportunities, and now I ended up here.
What was the first musical instrument that you picked up?
Santa got me a piano and a guitar for Christmas when I was like 8 or 9. And so I kind of played around with those, but it wasn't until my later years when I was like 12 that I got a keyboard again. And I just taught myself how to play some chords, and then that later turned into writing songs. So piano was the first instrument, yeah.
Any other instruments that you want to learn or that you have?
I can play guitar a little bit. I'm self-taught on both guitar and piano, so they're not the best, but they work for writing songs. But I think want to improve my skills with both those instruments. Yeah.
Nice. So when did you start writing songs?
I started writing songs the same time that I got my keyboard, so I think grade 6, which is, I think, like 11, 12-ish. Yeah, and the first song I wrote was, I rewrote Stay by Rihanna, so yeah, I did. I was like in my emo era when I was young, and I rewrote it and probably made it even like a sadder song than it already is.
I was about to say, I was like, what did you rewrite?
It was crazy. I think I had like some drama with one friend, and I rewrote the whole song and made it 10 times sadder. And then that taught me that I could write lyrics, and then piano came along, and I started creating my own songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was sharing your music on social media a natural step for you back then, or was it pretty nerve-wracking?
It was very natural. I started TikTok just as a joke, and I was using it to just, gain a following. And once I started gaining a following, it wasn't even from music. I realized I can use this for music, and that's probably my best chance at doing anything, because it's hard to get in this industry, get your foot in there. And I was really lucky, and it worked out. So yeah, that's kind of how everything started.
Did you feel any pressure once you gained all these followers on social media to really land a record deal?
I think when it comes to social media, there's always some sort of pressure. I feel like it's natural, and it's hard not to feel that when there's so many eyes on you. So I think there was a little bit of pressure, but nothing I couldn't handle. Yeah.
How would you describe you were discovered, or kind of like your jumping off point, to kind of get into the limelight?
I had a TikTok that went viral. It was a cover of a song, and I had some people reach out to me, an opportunity to record some demos, and the engineer, who's also a producer, ended up really liking Constellations and said he wanted to work with me and produce a song, and him and I just hit it off, and we still work together to this day. Love him. He's my guy. Shout out JVP. Yeah, he's amazing. And I met his team, and that's how I met my whole team. And I love all of them. Yeah, it worked out perfectly.
Were they based in Vancouver too? Or
Yeah.
No
They were based in Vancouver. So it really all worked out perfectly.
Wow.
Yeah.
You found like that one little, or that one music
it really was like crazy. And my producer had just moved back from LA because it was right around COVID time. So it really was just like a perfect cross of paths for sure.
Meant to be.
Meant to be.
What about even showing off other aspects of your life? Do you also embrace that on social media?
Yeah, I do. I think I love to share, what I do in my life, and I've started off doing that a lot, showing, just what I do, my friends, my family, and now people like know my little brother, so I bring him around, my mom, my girlfriend, and everything. So yeah, I love to share my life and my music, and my music is my life. So it's kind of, it all comes together.
Let's talk about your amazing music.
Okay.
I mean, especially with, this new deluxe version of your Confessions EP. So what was the inspiration to add in the 3 new songs?
Honestly, since the beginning of my writing journey, I think I always wrote very serious songs about things that I've been through and like lovey songs or sad songs. And with these songs, I kind of wanted to take a different approach and write like things in a fun way, take serious kind of hurtful situations and turn them fun and shed some light on them. So I think that's kind of the idea behind these songs, and to have some fun with it.
Okay, let's break down each song. Starting off with Narcissistic.
Yes.
Let's hear about the inspiration behind it. Can you explain and describe that song?
That one is honestly maybe one of the ones that I kind of just had to use my imagination with for that one. It was kind of, I had that word in my song ideas for a while, and that one was just one where I wanted to kind of write about something that I wasn't experiencing much. And I was doing a session with other people, and we kind of just took the word and kind of put a twist. Instead of writing about someone else being narcissistic, writing about me being narcissistic. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was a fun twist on what people would normally think a song of narcissistic would be.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, oh.
I know. I'm like calling myself a narcissist.
Yeah.
Like what?
And we're singing along to this.
I know, but I thought it was fun, and I had fun writing it and making the song. So yeah.
All right. Next up, Bad Kisser.
Yeah. I think everybody has experienced a bad kiss in their life. I'm 20, I'm young, so I've definitely had my fair share of those, and I kind of just thought it was a fun idea to write about. I also had that in my song ideas, and I wanted to shed light on a funny way of those kind of bad experiences, because I think in the moment it's like, oh my God, what just happened? But later on you can laugh at it and have fun with it, so yeah.
Take us down the kind of memory lane, and it's like,
exactly,
yeah. Make us think.
Yeah, totally.
Next up, Pick a Fight.
Yeah, Pick a Fight. It was about some really hurtful things that I've been through, and it was really painful at the time. But now I'm at this point where I can look back on it and, laugh at it and write about it in a way where I'm not like upset anymore.
You're Not a God. Bold, edgy. I mean, I love that song.
Thank you.
What kind of statement did you intend to have with that one?
I wanted to show that kind of edgier, darker side again. I had a few songs like that already, and I wanted to bring it back, and that one the words fit perfectly with the melody when I started writing it. I kind of was just walking around the living room, and it came about. And I kind of just wanted to show people that I have that like oomph in it, because it's kind of like a badass kind of song,
Yeah.
And yeah, that's really what it was. And I kind of, the bridge was a little bit like rappy too almost, which is something that I was experimenting with at the time that I ended up really enjoying. Yeah.
And I know it's going to be really hard, but do you have any particular favorite track that you recorded?
I don't have a favorite, I don't think. They're all like my babies, but I think I think one of the underrated ones is Last Day on Earth. I really do love that one, and I think it was a last minute one. It was a completely different song before, and I kind of just turned it on its back last minute, and it turned completely different, and I fell in love with it.
What is it about that song that stands out for you?
Last Day on Earth, I think it's a song where when people hear that term, like if it was your last day on Earth, it's almost like it's sad to think about. It's dying. Ooh, it's a hard topic, but I kind of wanted to put another twist on that song, and instead of being upset and sad about it, I was like, let's make the most of it. Let's make the most of it. Screw everything. Let's just have fun. And I think I really liked that turn on it, because it wasn't that before, and it felt right once I made that change.
So do you ever have any quandaries about mixing in your personal life, your relationships with work?
Yeah, no, it's definitely something where I'm like, should I do this? How would people feel about it? But it's my music, and I kind of just want to do what I feel is best. And with this song, it just felt right to do that. So I allowed myself to be free and let it out.
So how did you initially hit on the idea of confessions being the through line for the record?
Honestly, just with all these songs, I felt like there was something I was confessing and admitting to, and it felt like the right name for the EP and this project. So that's what I went with.
So can it be pretty cathartic to kind of share on this kind of platform in like this capacity, I guess?
You know, with these projects, I worked so long on it, and to be able to share it with the world and share it with not only just like my supporters and my fans, but my friends and family, to have them listen to it. I like to keep myself secret sometimes, and to have them be able to listen to all of it, it's an amazing feeling. Yeah.
Do you think your fans realize how long it takes to actually create a song?
I mean, some may. I think songwriting is something, and this industry is something that, you know, many people don't know unless you're really in it. So some may, and some may not. I think songwriting, I didn't realize how long the process took when it really came to creating music, because before I was just writing songs in my bedroom. And I could write a song in like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, but the actual creation of the entire song, the production, you know, recording, it takes a long time. It really does, and I don't think everybody understands that, but, you know, some people just are there for the music, and that's totally okay.
How do you balance that passion for your craft, you know, your music, and also the expectations that people have for you in the industry and from your fans?
Music is something that's so vulnerable and therapeutic for me, and I want to always make sure that I'm sticking to what I feel is right and what I love to do. You know, I don't want to lose any passion for my creations and stuff. So though I feel the pressure and there's expectations, I always make sure to stick to what I believe in and what I love to do. Yeah.
I wish I had that when I was 20, you know, like,
yeah.
I feel like that's a rare trait, you know? So let's talk about your breakout single, Constellations. Were you surprised that this song connected with people in such a big way? And did it always feel like a hit to you?
This song has such a crazy story behind it. It's so funny. I was really young when I wrote it, and which is surprising because the lyric contents don't sound like it.
I know, it's like it's a very mature kind of song, you know?
And I had an opportunity to record some demos, and I obviously had to bring my mom and dad with me because I was just like 16 at the time. So I brought my dad for the first couple days, and then I never showed that song to him because I really could not sing it to him. And then I brought my mom, and then I sung it with her, and she was like, "You're crazy," but that was really catchy, and from that moment I felt more confident in my writing than I had ever before that. And I had people telling me that song was so good, so I didn't realize it at the time, but people really saw something in that song. And when I finally showed it to the world, it caught attention right away, and it did take me by surprise. I was surprised by that, but so grateful, and it was the greatest feeling, honestly.
How was it filming the music video for it too?
It was the first music video I ever filmed, so that was like so crazy as like a teenager having that. I felt so cool, honestly. I was like to my friends, one of my best friends is actually in the music video. So yeah, it was really cool to film that.
How do you flex your creative muscles when you make music videos?
I think music videos are it's a way to, you know, put so much creativity into the song and show what the song means in real life, you know, the visuals and everything. And I made a new visualizer music video for Constellations, the piano version, and I think it's very simple, but there's so much meaning in it, and I think it shows what the song is like visually. And because you listen to music and you know it's just music, you don't see anything, and being able to like put that on a screen.
Do you get the same satisfaction with music videos as you do with like lyric videos or the visuals?
They're a little different. I think music videos are a lot more like, there's a lot more detail in an actual music video. So I think those are more satisfying just because you can throw in more details like that, whereas visualizers and lyric videos, they're a little more tame, a little more, you know, held back, but they're both very enjoyable to make, and I love the outcome of both of them.
You've been honored with nominations and awards with GLAAD. I mean,
yeah.
Brava.
Thank you.
What does that recognition mean to you?
It is absolutely insane. It's such an honor to be nominated and recognized with GLAAD. I feel so grateful every day. My mom is very proud of me with these things, and it's great to see that, and just It feels great, to be honest. It's like, as a young kid dreaming of these things and having it come to life, it's such a cool feeling.
Was there anyone when you were growing up that you looked up to and, to kind of guide you in that perspective of your life?
I think there were a lot of artists who I loved and took inspiration from, but really just my mom. I love my mom, and she kind of just inspired me with everything and just pushed me to do what I'm doing, both my parents actually. So I think my mom will always be my biggest inspiration for everything, yeah.
And so now that you have this platform, do you make an effort to be that same type of inspiration for, people younger than you?
100%, yeah, completely. I want to have people be able to, look up to me, and I want to be a great example and be able to help people. Getting messages saying that I've helped people is probably, as cliche as it sounds, like the best thing that I could ask for. It's the reason why I love doing this. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So which musical artists most inspire you right now?
There's a lot. I mean, Renee Rapp is big. I think her songwriting is incredible, but I also love Ariana Grande. There's a whole bunch of artists. I think I take inspiration from so many artists, just little things even. And yeah, so many people. I think everyone's amazing.
Did you have anyone when you were growing up that you particularly, were inspired by?
Yes, there's this writer, song artist, band person, I actually don't really know, but Sleeping at Last, their music, so amazing. I really took inspiration from the writing. I thought it was so unique and cool, and the metaphors used and everything. They were big in my life growing up, yeah.
Who is your dream collaboration to go into the studio, create a song, sing it, complete the whole process?
That is a crazy question. There's so many options. I think there's, oh my God, that's so hard to answer. I think I always wanted to collaborate with, as crazy as it sounds, The Weeknd, or I think someone Canadian would be so cool. Even, I know this is so out of the crazy, but Drake would be so cool. You know what I mean? Or even just Justin Bieber, Reaching for the Stars and things like that. I think those are all artists that I've really loved. So maybe them. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what has you most excited about the future?
I think to just continue to make music. I'm at an age where I'm growing so much. I'm young, and every year I'm a different person. So being able to, enter the next chapter of my life and start creating for a new project is definitely what I'm excited about. It's always been a dream to go on tour. I've dreamt of performing like that in front of people, and just in the past year I've been able to dip my toe a lot more in the performing kind of world, and I absolutely love it. So
any plans to go on tour anytime soon?
Not yet. Would love to get that in the calendar though. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jade, for taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you.
It was so much fun getting to know you.
Yeah, totally.